Excuse me. Good morning, Daffy. Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Sandollar. Dondu. Adnan. Dondu. What's up, Sandollar? Coughing coming through loud and clear. Yeah. In the morning, I swear, like, my voice is like, it's like dead and like trying to come back to life. I feel alright, though. Kind of excited for Thanksgiving, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to be opening a little bit higher. We actually smacked up here a couple times in pre-market, so we're going to be starting just under this. Actually, yeah, we'll be up in this, actually. So we're going to be looking over, pretty much the main focus today is Monday's supply. We're up in Monday's supply, so we either hit this, reject, make a lower high, come back down, break previous, or Monday's close, sorry. I keep saying previous day close. I swear, if you hear me say that today, I most likely mean Monday, because of it being right there, but that could be like a secondary confirmation for pullback towards the actual previous day range. So that's what I would be looking out for. But right now, bulls are in complete control, so I don't know if I'd be jumping at anything super crazy yet. Also, if you go out to the bigger time frame, we're going to be at the pretty much smack dab top of this next area of supply, which we've already been up here once, slowed down. We're up here a second time, so we'll see what happens again. Kind of today, as well as Friday's half-day market, which isn't really a half-day market. It's actually a majority of the day. So that'll be a pretty decent thing, which I'm not streaming Friday, but we will still be in the Discord on Friday. So if you want to catch some decent updates, I would go in there because we'll still have some good directional posts going on. A lot of people are still going to wake up and be there for Friday, so I would still be here. Maddie Clam said, smoke a nice cigarette, Josh. That'll get your voice nice and primed for the morning. Good morning, Dividend. Good morning, Maddie Clams. Good morning, Creator. You couldn't have been first. Dondu already said first. Good morning, Mel. Aloha, SF. Good morning, Taylor. With all of your sunshine. Look, the TA of the day is here again, everybody. I keep trying to tell y'all, man. I need to use these posts as examples. There's other people here, too. I'm not trying to just type up Taylor, but this is just like a really good format, though. Like, what to do, how to do it, what it should look like. You know, I'm not saying copy her word for word, but you should take this template, though, of like, all right, let me see the daily. All right, let's go down to the intraday. We do this every day in the stream. You should be doing this as well. Buyers are pushing higher. They're not just opening in the Monday supply. They're pushing past it. And not just past it. They're pushing past the next level that's just above it. That's incredible. So far, buyers are in complete control. Let me zoom this out, actually, so people can see what's above us. It's actually 2 levels above us. How's everyone in the stream, though? Let me see. You're superior to Dondu? I'll let y'all hash that one out. Good morning, Cam. How you doing? And the weekly on Fridays and Monday. Oh, that as well. You know, checking out the even bigger time frames, the weekly on the Fridays and Mondays of each week, just to kind of get a vibe for, all right, what does this look like? And then zoom on down from there. And guys, I told y'all there weren't going to be as many people here the closer we got to Thanksgiving, but there's still over 40 of you in here. That's incredible. Seriously, pat yourself on the back if you're here, because it's not easy to be here on Wednesday. Slushy and cold in her MA. Oh, MasterCard. I was like, what? Massachusetts, what did they do to you? Spy fill in the gap officially. Good call out, Daffy. He said, I need to make money for turkey. Like for the country turkey or for turkey for Thanksgiving? Because turkey could use your help too, man. Inflation's through the roof over there. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding about their inflation, but I'm kidding about you helping them. Please mash the like button. Thank you, Sandollar. Let's get these pre-turkey day likes up. Hey, it's okay if we don't get the likes up, guys. I'm just glad to have you here. Seriously. Fuck the likes. We're here today just to hang out. Snowing and rain. Jeez. I need to make money for Cyprus. Nah, we know what you need to make money for, Dondu. I won't say. Good job, Jack, by the way. He's sick, but he called out Costco. Me and him kind of do a couple trades just between us. Just trying to help him out a little bit, but he called out Costco for, I think, 70%. About to see. Spy is continuing. 456 on the 5-minute chart. I haven't even bothered going to the other time frames yet because it is just ripping. Bulls in complete control. This is incredible. Now, it's really the question of does it hold, though. I really like this open because it gives you, like, an initial move here. Now we don't have to worry about all this junk. But at the same time, you do still have to worry about all this junk. Because if this comes back down and holds here, we're going to be looking for buy the dips. People are going to be questioning that this is going to come back down, and that's the high of the day. So you just got to remain bullish until this invalidates for short-term traders. Alright, I'm gonna go to that new chart. I'm really not seeing the point of sitting on just the 5-minute. I'm gonna go back to this. Probably should have been doing this from the start. I'm gonna leave it right here. And then this one, we'll go back to the 15-minute like we always like to do. I just need to save that as a preset, but I like seeing the 30-minute. I feel like I'm like constantly stretching this chart every day because we just keep ripping up and there's really nothing else to cover besides just, you know, playing whatever. Morning, running late today. All good, Carnage. I went through some stuff. If anybody's in here late, you could just go back a little bit. It's only been 10 minutes since the open, and I just started the stream. So if you want to go back and check out any of the breakdowns, you can. I just kind of mainly went over SPY, though. I would like to add Triple Q is up 1%. Tech is up 1%. Healthcare is up 0.6%. You have discretionary up almost 1%. You have comms up almost 1%. So you have a lot of good sectors up today. This is not just like just tech or just healthcare. This is everything for the major sectors. Another new high of day, and that previous 1-minute candle. You can see here on the 5-minute, we're just kind of slowing down. Daily time frame, we're well above 455.50s, so you're super bullish. Not just because of us being above the Monday supply, but we're now over the recent highs. We're now over the 455.50s. So you should be bullish till 457, 457.50 area. Then you have 460 past that. And then you have the top of the next supply past that. But if anything gives out, I would look to see if it gives out at 457.50, 460, top of the supply. Really depends here. Morning, Ace. Morning, John. Sorry, guys. I can never sports bet when I'm back in Florida because Florida is lame and doesn't let you. But when I'm back up... Well, I mean, you can't do it legally in there, but, I mean, there are places you can do it still online. You didn't hear that from me. Satire. 456.27 is opening price from August 1st on SPY. Oh, nice. Okay. So there is a pretty big notable level there. Let's see here. Got in a quick scalp, 16.4% SPY this morning. Jumped in on the momentum, looking for a 10% increase. One and done, quick 147 for the day. Now time to spend quality time with my son. Have fun, Eric, man. I'm so proud of you for sticking to what you practice, sticking to the rules you told yourself to stand next to. I love that, man. Kick ass. Not trading this thing. I didn't think you would, Mel. Mel's going to wait until we hit a really big area and see some base and some structure breaking. Your days are coming, Mel. Be patient. Your days are coming. I promise you that. New low of day on Tesla. Good call out, Chris. Trade safe, everyone. Don't try and hit home runs. Look for consistency, and remember, small gains will equal positive growth. I love it, Eric. And Eric, I'd love to talk about your story one day in here. Maybe not today. I want to give you your own day, so we'll do that next week. But I want to talk about Eric's story next week and how he's slowly turning around his trading by just changing a couple things. Nothing different with the system, nothing different with how he's trading, just finding a couple ways to limit himself after tracking himself for months and saying, "Oh, okay, wow, look at this. If I just adjust this, I'll be untouchable." All on his own. SPY up 10% since end of October. Unreal. That is pretty crazy, Dan. Especially the way you put it right there. Just over the last month. No, I don't want to update. If anything, I use my bookie when I'm down here. Get those offshore accounts. Yeah, I heard that one. I have friends that use that site. 456.83. This is the level I am watching. Good luck, Daffy Buck. Wish I knew ascending triangle was bullish. LOL, yesterday was a clear-cut ascending triangle, and I grabbed puts for cut for no, looking for opportunity today. I'm really not big on those patterns for swinging or not, because if you want to be dead-ass serious, yesterday wasn't really a good day to swing anything. You know, you could say maybe you thought the bullish momentum wasn't over. I could maybe believe that. Anything else, though, is really bullshit, because yesterday was an inside candle. We finished inside of the previous day, which means on the daily time frame, we are literally relying on whatever happens today to give us short-term direction. So I really don't think it's fair to get onto yourself for any reason and like, oh, I should have known to have done this. Like, nah, you shouldn't have. This was seen as a slowdown until proven otherwise, but in an uptrend. So I really don't think it's fair to get onto yourself for that. Plus, what time frame are you looking at in an ascending and triangle on? But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's fair to really beat yourself up for that one. I try to be fair with you guys because, like, yeah, there's times to be hard on yourself because of you making mistakes, but I don't think that's one of them. The 5 minute? Oh, okay. I am game for that. Let me know when a good time of day is for you. You may even catch my 3-year-old son saying market open when we hear the morning bell. It was clear on the hourly B. I hope you're doing having a great day, Vanessa. Jesus, I can't speak. Dondi said, buy NVIDIA. He said AMD does not care about NVIDIA. Alright guys, you have a slowdown on the 1 minute. You really just have your first red reaction. I don't even want to call it a slowdown, but based on where we are at the daily time frame, you are slowing down. So if you see a crack under this white level here, not good short term, because again, you're on the 1 minute. If you see it happen on the 5 minute, can definitely cause more reaction towards today's open, today's lows. And if this was to break on both of these time frames, well, you're probably not looking for a good day. You're probably seeing a nice pullback towards 453.50s, most likely. I don't like to be like, yep, it's definitely doing that. Nope, but it is nice to give yourself some condition to set. If it does this, then that. If it does that, then this. Nice 15-minute candle close, though, above 455.50s. You cannot deny how bullish that is. This is exactly what bulls want to see. On the daily time frame, as they reach that next area of supply, they don't want to just push into it. They want to push past it. So far, they've done that. Now it's about holding their gains over 455.50s and trying to increase it back over today's highs. So that'd be their kind of secondary confirmation for more bulls showing up on the chart. Bears are going to be looking for any kind of just slowdown. They want to see this range trade. They want to see a break of that range trade. They want to see a lower high off that range trade. And they need to see today's open and today's low break. That's what bears are looking for. That's what bulls are looking for. This is what everyone needs to be going over, regardless of what time frame you enjoy, regardless of what time frames you use together. It doesn't matter. All of it is together. All of it is synced. And yes, you have a lot of news coming out in about 11 minutes. Now, I don't know if it's news I would pay attention to, but it's definitely going to cause a reaction on the chart. I think the sentiment Michigan number is the big one. No one really pays attention to the 5-year Michigan number. No one even cares about the 1-year inflation Michigan number. So I genuinely believe you're just looking for the overall University of Michigan sentiment final report. That is the number you're looking for. And then 30 minutes after that, you have crude oil inventories, which could cause a reaction. I personally don't think it will. And then it looks like that's it. No market tomorrow. And then Friday is pretty important. You got PMI and you got manufacturing PMI. Both services and manufacturing for the PMI flash, which is very important. And then next week, we got an OPEC meeting. It's an all-day meeting. Haven't had too many of those. Or haven't seen too many of those. But all-day OPEC meeting on the 29th. U.S. session. Let's see what it reads here about Wednesdays. Weekly initial and continued jobless claims, blah, blah, blah. Track the number of individuals, blah, blah, blah. Noted that they made to see employment come down in order to reduce inflation. I'll just read all this. U.S. weekly initial and continued jobless claims are economic indicators that track the number of individuals filing new claims for unemployment benefits and those continuing to receive benefits, respectively. They are reported weekly by the Department of Labor and offer insights into the dynamics of the labor market. Hold up. Why did it cut out right there? Reflecting trends in layoffs and ongoing unemployment. A decreasing trend in these days, claims, is generally associated with improving labor market conditions, while an increase may signal economic challenges. What to expect? FOMC officials have noted that they may need to see employment come down in order to reduce inflation. A large number of jobless claims could indicate a higher unemployment rate, which could lead to a lower chance of interest rate increases or higher interest rates for less time than expected, which would be bullish for equities and bearish for the dollar. It is worth noting that, as a weekly release, this does not move the markets every single time and may take a large deviation from the forecast to have a meaningful impact. Dilution. U.S. durable goods refer to long-lasting goods such as machinery, vehicles, and appliances designed to last for an extended period. The durable goods report released by the Census Bureau measures the new orders placed with domestic manufacturers with these or for these items. It is an economic indicator. By the way, we were pulling back pretty heavily while I'm trying to read all this. It is an economic indicator that provides insights into business and consumer spending patterns, reflecting broader economic conditions and manufacturing activity. What to expect? Investors look to U.S. durable goods to see patterns in consumer spending. Higher consumer spending can create upside inflationary pressures, which could increase the chances of further Fed interest rate increases. It is worth noting that the last U.S. durable goods report have not gained any market reaction, have not caused any kind of movement. So, again, kind of adding to my point. Crude oil inventories. The U.S. Energy Information Administration Crude Oil Inventories Report is a weekly assessment of the changes in the amount of crude oil stored by commercial entities in the United States, excluding strategic reserves. So this doesn't count reserves, or the strategic ones. This report offers insights into supply and demand dynamics within the oil market. What to expect? A notable increase in inventories may signal oversupply or even weaken demand, potentially leading to a decline in oil prices, while a significant drawdown may indicate robust demand or reduced supply, potentially prompting an increase in oil prices, which all of us hate to hear that. But guys, rejecting bigger time frame supply, we're pulling under today's open and today's low. This is kind of that second scenario we talked about with what bears want to look for. But that's your news for the day, and breakdowns for anybody who doesn't know what some of the news may mean. Looks like Mel took one. Creator likes the 15-minute inside bar that's turning into a big drop. Taylor caught that drop, plus 50%. Insane. Dondu said Mel just ate. It looks like a few people ate just now. Kind of funny I was reading all that while this is happening. Today's open/low breaking. Just posting vague levels for them. Good job, everybody. Looks like a lot of you guys were kind of doing that on your own. Good. NVIDIA 482, NVIDIA just won't stop falling. Mel said out at 155%. See, Mel, I told you your time was coming. No trading until your setups arrive. Good job, brother. 137 move, I think, in one candle. Whew. Good stuff. I'm proud of y'all, for real. I didn't have to sit here and scream puts either. You guys were already on top of it. Now you can definitely look for continued bearish movement as long as they maintain under this gray area. I mean, this is really the pivot point of the day. Nice breakdown, though. I mean, this was pretty much most of the movement in a 5-minute candle, but it was nice kind of seeing this stick as an inside candle for a bit, and then it's like, nope, we're going to make a new low. Just kidding. It probably got a lot of people trapped inside of that candle, but I think it's really setting up the daily time frame candle, which, again, we keep going back to this candle. I keep telling you guys, keep watching that daily, because this is the candle that matters. None of these charts matter right now. I mean, they are nice for intraday trading, but this chart is most likely what they're trying to set up, right? So they have to push this higher so we can have a wick above. If we were to finish lower, which I'm not saying we are, it's just what it looks like now, but if we were to finish like this would be a really good initial sign to possibly trap new traders into not getting into bullish trades, as well as getting a lot more people into bearish trades, maybe even causing a slight upper reaction in the early part of next week, maybe even Friday, to trap more people, and then maybe after that we get the more true move, if you know what I mean. I could see them trapping tons of people. They did it here. The exact same thing that's happening here happened here and back here. We had the higher open, we had the pullback. People think that this is the time to go short. Guess what they do the next day? They opened higher and they finished higher. You got a soldier candle followed by a reset candle. The reset candle's job is to what? Keep most people out of the trade, to not keep it so obvious. What did it do the next day? Gapped up, rallied. What did it do the next following days? Making it hard for people to get back into the trade again. They're keeping people out of making this obvious. They're doing a very, very good job on that. Good job, Mel. He said my day is completed. $600. That's what I'd like to see, Mel. We're about to have Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm proud of you. Took profits for 107% on call swings before that flush that I bought at the close at the 452.83 level yesterday. Figured we would get a higher open today due to NVIDIA earnings and jobless claims. Good stuff, David Q. Round of applause to any of you guys catching gains with reasoning. I love to see all these posts with reviews. Oh, hey, Eric. Eric's still here. You said, so here's an example. I did my one and done, reached my daily target. Even though I missed a bigger move, I still worked my plan. I am happier that I stayed consistent versus upset that I lost unforeseen. Preach. Preach. Unforeseen profit, sorry. But that is the one main thing that Eric changed. I guess we could just talk about it. But it's funny because, like, when we worked with Mel, like, it was like one big thing we changed. Like, didn't change how he trades, didn't change what he's doing, didn't change who he is, nothing like that. Now he's kicking ass, which is funny because he's using less. He's making even more using less. It's insane. And then Eric Eric is a great trader, can find really good entries, understands the system, knows how to draw the levels, understands price action pretty well. I'm not going to say he's an expert. Nobody is. But no, understands it pretty well, right? But was getting this problem of like, damn, I can't keep getting these consistent gains. I keep seeing that, like, the possibilities, but then you end up not getting it, right? So what did Eric do? One word, limited. He limited himself. So he's still using the same amount. He's still doing his normal trades. But what is he doing differently on his exits? He's finding a consistent percentage to take profit at. Every single time Eric hits 10%, Eric is taking profits. Because what is Eric more focused on right now? Becoming rich or becoming more confident and knowledgeable around the system that he's trying to use each and every day, each and every opportunity that he sees arise? That was a rhetorical question, by the way. But good job, Eric. And I'm honestly proud of you, man, because I tell people this. You have to go through taking many trades. Then you can review yourself. Then you can be like, okay, this is what needs to be fixed right here. By the way, guys, news is coming out. Possible reaction on the charts right here. Might not see anything, especially after the move that we just experienced. But as long as you maintain this as resistance, you should be short. If we see a pop over this, things can get a little bit more indecisive. If they pop over 455.50s, bulls can take this again. Yes, sir, Mel, I remember. New low of day, by the way, they popped it, giving them potential chance of flushing down towards the next level, which is 453.50s. LOL, we will still do a call later next week. There is more to the story about what Peter said. Love you, Eric. See you later, man. Dan 8 said spy, worked off gap fib. Chuck, my boy, watch same thing. Chuck from chat, right? And Discord chat. I ain't surprised, man. Chuck's always on his A game. If it's the Chuck I'm thinking of. Oh, Chuck is Dan. Oh, I'm thinking of the other Chuck then. There's just two. There's like two Chucks, and then there's like a Dan named Chuck, and then there's like another Dan, and there's a lot of Dans and Chucks, and it's like kind of messing with me a little bit. I love you all, though, I swear. 30-minute candle looks hilarious. Good looks, Maddie. I'm assuming it's a nice wick on top. Missed my entry. felt the need to chase, but was able to stop myself from doing it. Good job, Creator. Everybody, round of applause for Creator on that, and thank you for being open with everybody, man. Creator said, missed entry, felt the need to chase, but was able to stop myself from doing it. What stopped yourself, Creator? Did you, like, repeat something? Did you, you know, go run around the house? What did you do? Did you repeat something to yourself? Did you stare at the wall? What helped you stop yourself? Would you say it's just experience of doing it too many times now, or what? I guess I can move this chart. I love that how Creator just said that. He said, I don't know, didn't really do anything other than just not enter anything. Daffy Buck reporting to us that the dollar is flying. Again, guys, this can bring bearish pressure on the equity market. Not saying it's an opposite because they are not opposites, but they do add pressure to each other. Always another opportunity, David Q says. Yes, sir. That's a good thing that everybody could remind themselves what David just said. There's always another opportunity. So if you don't feel comfortable, if it doesn't feel right, if you feel like you're chasing or being greedy, and this isn't like a hesitancy problem, then that's something you need to repeat to yourself. You know, there's always going to be another trade. It's not like you need to sit there and marry the one that you missed. Tesla straight 3-bar play on the 5-minute. Good looks, Creator. Good call-outs, everybody. Remember, guys, Qs were up very nice. They're now back down only 0.33%. We had multiple sectors up almost 1% or over 1%. There's not a single sector up 1% in the top 5. Whew, y'all weren't kidding. Nvidia really did pull back pretty heavily. I mean, I believed y'all, but, you know. It was Dondu saying it, so you can't trust him as far as I can throw him, right? Mr. Shadow said, hey, happy Thanksgiving all. Just dropped by to hit the like. Wish you all well. See you next week. Love you, Mr. Shadow. Thank you for the positive vibes, man. I hope you have an amazing week as well, dog. Timmy said, got in on the 9:59 candle. Wait. Got in on the 9:59 candle retest. 2 cons. Took one at the pop and the other at the bottom of these wicks. Wait, so you made money, right? I can't tell if you... I'm assuming you did bearish retest, right? To the downside? That's what I'm assuming. I'm going back to your chart now, so I didn't go right to the candle you said. Sorry. I was going through a couple charts first. He said, yes, Poots. Okay. Cool. Let's go check it out here in a second. Oh, here's the cost breakdown from Jack's play. He's sick right now, but Wacko Jacko, we got in after this candle. This candle closed, and we've been in ever since. Took profit for about, 70%. When we bought on this day, just for anybody who wants to learn when to buy contracts, we actually didn't buy the right contract. You're supposed to go out months. I always tell people you need to buy at least 3 months at a time. I hate when people are like, why are my swing trades so shitty? I let them consolidate, and then they go up, and they don't make that much. It's like, yeah, because you have 1 month of time. You wasted half of that month consolidating. No shit, your trade's not moving that well. So you need to buy a lot of time. But this trade, I just want to let everyone, this did not have a lot of time. This was a December 8th contract. So we didn't want the beginning week of December because it, 1, didn't have good open interest. But 2, it just wasn't that popular to look at. So we needed to go to the next week that had a hell of a lot more interest and, well, just eyes looking at it. But that was a nice trade by Jack. I wanted to talk about it because I thought it was interesting. It came down to where we talked about was possible demand if it held. It held an inside candle, and then it got a positive print. So he essentially traded the inside bar trade. You got an inside, or you got a green print after the inside candle, and you ended up getting a gap up, another gap up. So really nice candle. And then if you want to just look at these two by themselves, you technically have a soldier candle right there. So you have like 3 things playing into that candle right there. So very interesting trade by Wacko Jacko, but I wanted to look at that with you guys because I thought that was very, very clean. And holy crap, John Deere's in the 350s. Bonds are up against supply again. Dollar catching the bid off of support, which we kind of expected yesterday after Daffy was explaining to us, look where we're stopping, Bueller. He tagged me in the trade floor, tagged everybody. And then we were looking at the chart on the daily like we are now. And you could see we're approaching an area where buyers could show up. We're not going to say that they definitely could, definitely were, but definitely could. And ended up popping up. Now they're back almost back up to where they fell from. So really nice movement today by the dollar market, your currency. Looks like people are moving from equity to currency, equity to bonds, equity to commodities. But it looks like this is like a flight to safety kind of day, it looks like. Anybody want to disagree or agree or add anything onto that? Hey, Jacko is here. What's up, man? Get some rest, man. Don't be sitting in here. Go get some rest. Mel. And yeah, guys, not doing a super long stream today. I got to do a couple one-on-ones after this, so I'm not going to be in here super long today. I'll probably stay for another 45 minutes. I got to take care of a few one-on-ones, which I told you guys I don't do those, but I've had a couple people that I thought were worthy, so I was trying to help them out a little bit. And I'm not really doing anything for them. It's kind of like things with like Eric, what he did on his own, and then what I did with Mel. It's kind of just like really just helping other people see their own thing to fix, and then letting them see, oh, look, this is what I'll do, and then really selling them on it, you know? I'm not trying to like fake them out, but that is essentially what I do. I kind of like make them arrive to the conclusion of like, oh, look, I'm messing up here, or I'm doing this, and then it's like, it's because they're the ones who found it, not me. Like, I lead them to it, and then they say that what their problem is or what they can possibly do to fix it. And then right from there on, they never make the mistake again, or they make it a lot less, because they're the one who reminded themselves in their head, like, oh, wow, why am I doing this? This is stupid. I'd be doing so much better if I did this, or if I did that, or if I changed this. It almost is, like, always one little tweak. Like, it really is most of the time with almost everybody I've talked to, at least most people that I thought were, like, worthy, you know? Because I don't like to do paid one-on-ones. So when I try to do one, I try to find somebody that I think is, like, just on the cusp of, like, exploding and growing and all that stuff. Like, I'm not trying to, like, discriminate, but there's people in here who work their ass off, and it's pretty cool to see them, like, make that one tweak, and then, you know, a month or two goes by, and then they're, like, kicking ass, and everybody in chat's hyping them up. And it happens, like, literally every other month. It happens with somebody new, and I love it. You know, one year it's Leland and Jay Bake. One year it's Mel and everybody else in here. It's funny. Because it's one trader at a time. We will slowly have a crazy, huge community of just people who know what the fuck they're doing. Excuse my language, but I just think that's the coolest thing ever. It'd be cool to have a community where literally everybody knows what they're talking about, not just like, oh, it's just Bueller guys. You have to go to Bueller to learn. Like, it's already not like that. It's already not like that at all. But you guys know what I mean. You guys know what my goal is. Josh does one-on-one. Okay, here we go. Who you fighting? Josh is running 30s after stream. Not for you, Dondu. Never you. I don't know. I just thought that was cool. There's a bunch of people in here who... And I never take credit away from them because it's crazy. Like, these people will, like, go through their own trades and their own trade reviews. And, like, they got the system down pretty well. It's nothing like that. And then they're like, oh, wow, if I would just stop, you know, selling too late, or if I would stop using too much here, or every time I win a trade, why am I doing this so quickly after? Like, it's just like that one small thing they changed, and it ends up being, like, the biggest fix ever. It ends up being the thing that helps them become, like, a way better trader. Next thing you know, they're green multiple weeks in a row. It's crazy. And I'm not joking, there's probably like 100+ people in chat who are just like that, and they just haven't figured out that one thing they need to tweak. And I'm not joking. Eric said it too. I say it to you guys all the time. We did it with Mel when I did his video. You know, it really is tracking your trades, seeing what you're doing, and then really just fixing yourself. It's weird. It's weird to say out loud like that, but that's essentially what you're doing. But the only way to do it is by making those mistakes, by going out and trading and making those mental reps and tracking yourself. If you don't do that properly, then there's no way to properly review that. And you can't adjust accordingly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm glad you read through my insane English. Jesus, Leland got 175%. Good stuff, Leland. Legend. You guys are lighting up this trade review channel. Good job, Maddie. Good job, Taylor, posting reviews from yesterday. Good job, Jay, Mel, Leland, Jay again, Mel again, David, fantastic, John, Taylor again. 60% on SPY. Don't need the whole pie, just a piece of it. Love that saying. Because, yeah, you guys definitely don't need to be aiming for, like... Like, I hate when people are like, man, I can't make money unless I get a $3 move. Like, what? What kind of system are you trading over there? A $3 move? Holy. Doesn't make any sense. Let's see, like this trade right here. The last one posted. It moved less than $1. About $1 to the fullest extent of the move. And it made massive gains. Like, I don't know why people need to aim for such large moves. You don't need that. You saw it from Eric. You saw it from Mel. You see it from all the traders in the trade result and review channel. Limit yourself to these gains. Limit yourself to the chunk of the move you know how to capture. Stop trying to catch the whole thing. That's what's probably eating you up at the end of the day. Yes, sir. Like the hold for me was here, but I had to let it run. Spy found some support at previous day high. Good post by Daffy Buck. And then he said, Spy, make new low of day. Wish I could rest more. I had to come into work today. Rough morning. Don't chill in here that long, Jack. Seriously, like, focus on work. Try to use the least amount of mental energy as you can today. And try to get home and get some rest. Seriously, man. I want you to take care of yourself. We got tomorrow off. And you already took some amazing trades this week, so we can go over some stuff end of Thursday, or we can go over some stuff Friday if you want. So we got time. Rest up, though. Dondu and Daffy are waiting for the demise of Spy. We got very close to 453.50s. Finding support at Golden Pocket of the gap up. Good looks, King Carnage. No, I know y'all are already in. I just didn't want to like call out free plays from y'all's stuff. I'm letting y'all vibe out. Thanks for all just for listening, as I find it oddly therapeutic. It's like, screw your advice. I am going to keep listening. The yesterday close to today's open bounced off the fib. Golden Hey, look, looks like multiple people are seeing that Golden Pocket fib. Good job. Ace and King Carnage. Proud of both of you. That does look like what's holding us here for a little bit. Now, remember, guys, we did break under today's open and rejected it with a single candle retest. So right now, after we got that dip, they might just want to be seeing a better retest for more bears to step in until proven otherwise. What would be that until proven otherwise situation? That would be if they broke above the highlighted area, because that one highlights the supply of Monday, but also the low and open of today. So very, very, very important key area. And kind of an outside confirmation past that is 455.50s, which from the bigger and the smaller time frames. It's on both charts, so very, very important. Holy crap, Timmy is going through it today. He said, holy shite, I decided trading on only my phone is undoable, so I grabbed my laptop and went to the office of my apartment complexes. Turns out the Wi-Fi is out for everyone. Now I'm at Starbucks. Man, he's going through it. You remind me of this one trade I was in. This only happened to me one time, but my power went out. And for some reason, like around my area, the signal's really shit. And I walked to the middle of the street, right? And I'm like holding my phone up in the air, like begging for self-service. And I'm like, please sell these contracts. Like holding my phone up like what's the meme from Lion King where he's holding up, what's his name? Simba. God. So I can only imagine what you're going through, Timmy, man. I hope you get through it, man. Seriously, it's not even about the trade anymore at that point. It's like, please just get me out of this so I can stop thinking about it. Yeah, I hope you get that resolved. God, my friend is funny. He sent me something that says, it's a tweet, and it says 1 second from every episode of Seinfeld. And it literally is. It's almost 3 minutes. God, I have to like type out y'all's whole name to tweet at y'all sometimes. You could post by people on trade floor. He said fibs don't work. We've had many people join and leave our community, and traders of insane size, like traders with like 10 times my follower counts. 50 times my follower counts in some cases. And they'll say fibs don't work. And it's hilarious every time. Because we find many examples of them working both in review and in live opportunity. Look at my team, bro. Look at this. Fantastic John over here shouting out every sector. I love to see this, John. Good stuff. The King of Tesla. We need to change this. No, we'll keep him as certified legend. He is kind of a certified legend. What are you hooligans saying in here? Imagine if we had a nationwide Wi-Fi outage. I probably should have put that out there. I probably shouldn't put that out. Yeah, because then it might actually happen now. Is bro watching TikTok? Me? Oh, I was on my phone, sorry. I was looking at Twitter. A couple of y'all messaged me and then I was sharing some stuff. I don't have TikTok. I genuinely don't like TikTok, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't like how late some of the things are. Like, have y'all noticed? And I'm not joking. I've genuinely taken this seriously. But if you look at like memes, right? Like just memes and trending stuff, all of it will go into like Instagram Reels and Twitter, and then like it's like the people on YouTube get it like a week later, right? And then it's like the people on TikTok get that content like 3 weeks later. It's like a weird like cycle of like seeing things go on different social medias. So I don't know. I just feel like if you're on TikTok, you're getting a lot of memes late. But I don't know. To each his own. People like different apps. Some people like TikTok. Some people like Instagram. I personally think every social media is kind of going to shit. There isn't really one social media that sticks out. Whereas like back in the day, Twitter was like the king. And then Instagram blew up more. And it became the #1 used social media across the nation, right? Across everywhere. And then if you don't count Facebook and its insane Facebook groups. But then it like kind of slowly decayed back away as these short videos came out, like, you know, from like Vine back in the day. And then you had Instagram come out with Reels, and then you had YouTube Shorts, and now you have TikTok, and you got all this. So it's just like society went from like watching like 5-minute videos, 6-7 minute videos to watching like 2 minute, 1 minute, less than 1 minute videos. Like a huge shift. And that was just in the last 10-15 years. So I can't even imagine what it might be in 10-15 years from now. Also, check this out. For anybody who's like into gaming or not even just gaming, I guess this is just good for just interface just in general. But who all grew up around like controllers, or who grew up on a keyboard, or who grew up on a touchboard screen? Which probably none of you grew up on a touch screen. But how many people here grew up with devices like a controller or you know, stuff like that, or into keyboards or stuff like that, or are you super young and you grew up with touch screens? Because a huge study was done just recently, and they have this big thing, right, where it's like a booth, like people walk up to it, but it's for kids, right? So kids walk up to this booth, and there's one thing set for a keyboard, like for gaming, and then there's one for a controller. Well, it was reported that over 0% of kids touched the keyboard because they didn't know how to use it, right? And this is today's kids, right? Stick with me on that one. This isn't like past, this is today's generation, right? So they did this huge test where they walk up to this booth, right? And they either can mess with the keyboard and play with the computer, or they can mess with the controller and play on the TV, right? What do most kids do? Almost every single kid touches the controller, plays with the TV. No kid even touched the keyboard because they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how to use it. It didn't make sense to them. It was just a lot to look at, right? Which I think a lot of us can relate to that one. But Then they took off that one, right? Day number 2. So that was all day number 1, just testing. Nobody touched the keyboard. Nobody touched the computer. Everybody touched the gaming controller and the TV and that stuff because it was easier to notice. They could understand it more, right? They took away the keyboard, the computer, all that stuff. They put up a second screen. One of them didn't have the controller. Remember this. One of them did not have the controller. One of them was just a screen. The second screen had the controller still. 100% of kids in today's generation in this test went up to the screen and tried to touch it and did not touch the controller. Meaning today's generation doesn't know what a controller is. They don't use controllers. They're instantly going to touch the screen. They're going to get that interactive interface. They want to touch it. They got to touch everything. So it's crazy how like small stuff like that, like I went from talking about reels and shorts and the durations of videos and how like people went from watching longer videos to not watching longer videos. You also have the other thing going on where you don't even have people touching things anymore. It's literally just touchscreen stuff. There's no controllers. There's no keyboards. There's no stuff like that. So there's like so many different things changing over time. It's just kind of interesting to watch. But I always thought that was kind of a cool study because this just came out like a week or two ago. But I thought it was super interesting. Creator, I just saw what you said. Oh, yeah, and Ace, it's funny you say thanks for making me feel old, because the title of this video was How to Feel 50 Years Older, I think it was, or 20 years older, something like that. Keyboards, GameCube. Yeah, no. I had a GameCube, Nintendo 64. I had all that stuff when I was a kid. My dad had an Atari when he was still in the house. I had an Atari. I mean, I had all that stuff. That's what I grew up on. I didn't really have a keyboard or a controller, or a keyboard and computer until I bought one myself, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. A moomer. Nintendo's Atari Genesis. Oh yeah, Genesis. Oh man. When things were so much more simpler. Before like gaming pads, gaming controller, before those had like like color. That was when everything was like black and white. XLC Dividend Bull said new high of day. That's your comm sector, Meta, and your Googles. Yeah, we can go through some sectors. Remember, all of these were up 1% for the most part and then came back down. This one's retaking all of its gains. Good job on XLC callouts, dividend. Looks like discretionary is holding on to 168, that level underneath. You can see pretty much every chart here. Banks. Let's see, banks are holding up fairly well. They're still just grinding up into that supply on the bigger time frame. You know, I think at first my eyes look at all three of these real quick, and then it's like, bam, what does this start doing? And you can see healthcare not just stopping, they're going past old supply. So healthcare still helping us out. And tech, retaking today's open. Good job, everybody. Good updates. I'm glad I can rely on you guys to give good, mature updates that are quick, short, and sweet. Because it is kind of nice just understanding all the abbreviations. And if anybody doesn't understand them, ask questions. If you don't understand the abbreviation somebody types out, ask. I won't bite you, I swear. Because abbreviations are really helpful for reading quicker. God, I love stretching. My PayPal call swing might hit. Let's go. Only trading light today. What are they up to today, Alexis? What is PayPal doing? I'm like, what chart am I looking at? I'm like, alright, I remember this. And they've cooled down again. They have an inside candle. So what I like about this one, Alexis, as long as they're holding this, it's bullish. Because that's the demand of the recent, dip. And now you have like an inside candle popping up against that. So you really need to pay attention next week to see, does a positive or negative print happen after this candle? That'll be a very good directional play to be in. Because one, it's holding over old demand. Two, if it gets a positive print here, there should be no reason this can't go back to 58. But if you get some trouble here and they reject and they push back down, we get some negative prints, some red candles, and we break this outside support right here. Sorry, I'm like trying to breathe at the same time. We're most likely getting a retest of that demand underneath. So keep that in mind, but that is a beautiful daily time frame chart. Bueller is like my grandpa. If he is stretching, everyone knows he is. If I could hear y'all stretch, I wouldn't mind it, man. It's nice. Honest, if I heard one of y'all stretch, I'd be like, man, I need to stretch. It's like yawning. Dollar starting to move up again. Good job, Timmy, seeing the bullish pressure on the dollar and the bearish pressure on the potential equity markets. Good looks, though, on PayPal, Alexis. That looks good. I keep waiting to tell y'all that Netflix is going to slow down, but it just keeps rallying. Guess it does want 500 soon. AMD daily once more. It's funny because like a lot of these charts have consolidation. They're trying to pop those new highs. If we were to get any continuation of those on Friday or Monday of next week, it could see some pretty crazy rallies that I think a lot of people won't be expecting because everybody keeps waiting for us to slow down, which that is a good scenario to keep in the back of your head, but it shouldn't be like you married to, oh, we're definitely slowing down and pulling back. There's that chance that we close higher, that we push higher Friday, Monday, and we see new highs. I wouldn't turn super bearish yet. You don't have any actual confirmations for anything. You just have slowdowns. This is the first sign of what we could maybe look for bearish trades if we get something else followed after. But we don't have that followed after information yet. God, that bottom right chart's so hard to look at with low levels. Alright, zooming in on that stuff. B-Ferg. That got me, I'm not gonna lie. How's everyone doing today, though? How's everyone doing these past couple days? B-Ferg, man, I wanted to give you a shout-out. I'm going to look you up in the chat real quick, and I'm going to read your messages out. Is that okay with you? Can I do that? Sure? Okay, cool. And yeah, hydrate peeps is what Alexis said. Appreciate you, boss. I'm letting it play out for next week. Held pretty good, that support. Nice. Okay, yeah. Stick to your plan. I wasn't trying to, like, change anything. I do like what you got going there, though. But yeah, let's look at B-Ferg's messages, guys. This was, like, really, really cool. And I love seeing this stuff, because it's like, I'm not taking anything away from him. This is all him. Like, I hate when people come in here and are like, thank you, Bueller, thank you, BB System. Like, no, man, thank you. You're the reason that you're kicking so much ass. Why can't I find your name? B-Ferg. Yes. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say. Okay, so here it is. This is the first message. So he said, I started the month with my 3 biggest losing days in a row. That's insane. That would make anybody want to just die. That would make anybody want to quit. That would make anybody want to stop trading. That would unmotivate a lot of people, right? I think all of us can agree with that. I stopped trading for a day. I came back starting with much smaller positions. Okay, so he gave himself a nice refresher, a nice breather in between, and then logically reapproaching the markets, trading with smaller positions. Because again, it's not about making money right now. It's about learning and trying to trust what you're trying to go for, really. But he said, now I'm green 6 out of the last 8 days and up way more than I was down. But I had to walk away for a bit. Let me go to this message again. Yeah, here it is. And you can see, too, here's, like, some of his, like, experience, like him saying, like, I'm going to do better. I'm going to change this and that. But he says, thanks, man. Up 16% on my portfolio since November 6th with only one red day. That's incredible. And I kind of want to ask, was that one red day, like, a dumb mistake? Or was this just, like, a good trade that didn't work out? What was this? But then he said, been one of my best months ever. Got out of losers quickly, stuck to my plan on winners, didn't hold through profit, and stopped trading when I didn't feel confident. The rules are simple. Following them is hard. That is, dude, that is like the best way this could have been put. You can't put this any better. That right there is the epitome of trading. Try to keep it simple, but saying it and then doing it are two completely different things. But I wanted to give B-Ferg that little bit of a shout out because I think that's an incredible sign of growth from someone like, everyone's always like, what role is the best? Do I have to have premium in here to grow? B-Ferg has basic role and he's in the streams every day. Do you see him complaining about what role he has? No. He's in here to work. He's in here to follow his routine. He's in here to follow up on the before, the during, the after. Day in, day out. It's a routine. But I wanted to give you that shout out, B-Ferg, because you deserve it, man. Seriously, you deserve that praise. I'm beyond proud of you, man. And I hope you keep it up. I'm not doing this so you think like, oh, I'm done. I don't have to keep trying. No, definitely keep trying. I think you know this just as well as I. We are not done. We have to maintain. And maintaining is the hardest part. But I wanted to give him that shout out, guys. Make sure to show him some love. That is not an easy thing to do. It is insanely hard to not just take those losses and be like unmotivated, just feel like shit. And then to like reset, to stop yourself from trading and to like make yourself not trade is the other hardest part too. I think people over listen this or overhear me when I say this stuff. Like it's not about the fact that he had losses and that's what made him like feel bad. No, it's because he knows the next day he probably needs to not trade, just give himself a little bit of a breather. That's another very, very hard thing to do, to tell yourself that and then to actually do it. To be humble enough to tell yourself to, hey, don't trade tomorrow, dummy. You need to reset. You need to refresh. Then you can get back into stuff with smaller positions. And that's exactly what he did. We just got done talking about Eric and him doing this. Look at B-Ferg. Before that, we got done talking about Mel doing this. So guys, you see this trend continuing where if tracking your trades, seeing what your mistakes are, and limiting yourself are starting to help out some of these other traders in the chat. It's nothing I'm doing. It's everything they're doing. But these are the steps that are needed to take to see any kind of progression. It's not about making money right now. Right now is about getting reps, collecting lessons, collecting experience, really. I'm trying to put this in as many ways as I can. But shout out to B-Ferg, guys. Make sure to show him some love. I thought that was pretty awesome. Red day, I broke a rule and took 2 trades in the first 15 minutes of trading. Took a call early thinking Tesla would fill the overnight gap, and it dumped. That was November 17th. Okay. Just on a private plane. 185. Guys, you're still under 455.50s, even though you did retake today's open and today's lows. That is good. But at the same time, we're rejecting 455.50s. So this is like the big no-no trade area. But this is where the best trades will come from. Make that make sense. I just began the BB course. Anybody could help me? I did the first quiz, and I think I'm figuring out things, but I don't know where to begin with paper trading. Should I start with options? Which platform? You just said you just began the BB course. Why would you already be convinced you need to start trading already? Slow down. If you're asking me, slow down. I personally think you should finish the course, go through some stuff on your own with your own chart. Then you can talk about taking mental trades. I would do mental trades. Paper trades are good for kind of getting the mechanics down of what platform you might be using, but they're not good in terms of learning how to trade. But they are nice for, again, like I said, learning the mechanics and how to get in and around your broker, or whatever charting system you may have in front of you. But personally, I would finish the course first. I would go through it multiple times on your chart, as well as off of your chart. Like, just read it, go through it, try to understand it, and then the second time, go through it again, but go through it with the chart a little bit more so you could try to, put things on your screen and go, okay, this is what that is, this is what that is, instead of just seeing the images or seeing the videos or seeing the breakdowns. And also, you have the YouTube membership, so I would go through the membership videos too. There's a lot of really awesome videos, like how to use the stop loss, the 4 main strategies we use, pretty much anything you can think of. Live videos, live trading videos, videos of me taking trades, and then I go back and review them and blah, 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 or reviews of my own team's trades. I don't just do my own. Review my team's trades, review my members' trades, one-on-ones with people. There's all kinds of awesome perspectives that we have now because of how many great traders that are in here. We're not really a follow one guy kind of thing. And then he said, also, I'm from Mexico, so that makes things a bit difficult. I would look around and see what brokerages you have available. You can Google all of that. But yeah, that's the route I would take. I don't know if I'd go chasing into paper trades instantly yet. Sounds like you're just now getting started and getting refreshed into the system, so I don't know if I'd jump into real trades super quick yet. Triple Q and XLK rejecting the golden pocket of the bearish fib. Good call out by Timmy. Ace Ventura said, go chase waterfalls, not trades. How are you doing, by the way, Ace? I'm glad you got that YouTube membership again, so we can keep you in here. I always randomly go check your Twitter to see how you're doing. I try not to bother you, though, because, I don't want to bother you. But I do check on you here and there on your Twitter. Go chase waterfalls, not trades. Potentially breaking to the downside again. The break of today's initial low and today's open really is what you're looking at, as well as the previous day, I keep saying previous day, the Monday high supply, and today's open is what's breaking after we rejected 455.50s. Out half. Crazy good stuff, Mel. Took first trim under VWAP on SPY Futures, letting the rest ride. The 9 EMA, good stuff. Deep. I've also been checking on YouTube, man. I always love seeing your name pop up on my feed and on Discord and everything. Good stuff, Deep. I love how you've been sticking to your system deep on your VWAP and your 9 EMA, and just doing the same thing over and over again, trying to limit yourself. I love that. Keep it up. Mel preaching for the dump. Dividend Bull out 30% on Spy Poots. Let's go, Dividend Bull. Round of applause to you. Doing good. Quick scalp today. Just been busy with work last week. Have this week off, so it's nice to relax and focus more on trading. I love to hear that, man. That is kind of nice. And you still got Friday, too, so maybe we'll get something there. And if not, whatever. Nice light week for you. Good stuff, though, Ace. I love to hear that. Timmy said, damn, I tried to get filled at 455, got greedy trying to get the best premium, and missed a 50% move. All good, Timmy. We know what is on the other side. We know there's always more. 22% on mental poots of the rejection of 455.50s as I get the grill fired up. Sorry, I was about to read something completely else. Good mental trade. David already took his trade for the day. He had SPY calls from overnight, so it looked like he didn't want to take another trade and put his profits at risk for the day. So what did he do? He took a mental rep. What did he do? He liked that we went up to 455.50s again and that we rejected. So he took a mental put, and then he's taking profits now after it broke through. Good job, David. Setting the example for everybody. Thank you, David. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I really am serious about that. Too many times I see people chase, or I'll see people just now getting started and never take a mental rep. If you're not mentally trading when you're not trading, you're not really helping yourself. You need to take as many mental reps as you possibly can. Paper trading is only going to teach you the mechanics of your broker. The next trade is the best one, Timmy. You heard it from Ace himself. Sheesh, I forgot I put an order in on triple Q puts, just took 60%. Oh, Deep's like, oh, I forgot I was in a profitable trade. Let me just take profits real quick. Good job, Deep. No problem, David. I always try to pat you guys in the back when you're doing something that everyone needs to be focused on. Mental reps, getting those mental trades, especially in a time like that, David. Most people, after your trade, they would have tried to take a second one to add that cherry on top. What did you do, though? You took that mental rep. That's your cherry on top. You don't need to go expose yourself any further. And you know that. You know that you have the advantage. And I love that you used it today. I agree 100% on the mental. The paper is garbage. Oh, no, paper trading is garbage. It'll let you think you're doing a hell of a lot better than you actually are. You'll go from going, why am I not seeing 50% moves like I was? Like, bro, seriously? Paper trading is not helpful at all. It's good for, like, the mechanics, like I said, of your broker or seeing where the options are and, like, knowing where to click and knowing where to look. Like, that's great. But that's all it does, right? It's not going to teach you how to trade your system, how to stick yourself, limit yourself to your system. It's not going to teach you any of that. How to navigate, none of that. So mental reps are the greatest thing you can do. They have their uses, though. He said, LOL, let me add stop loss. Okay, so you had a preset stop loss, Deep. Okay. I was going to say, if you were just randomly in a trade, I'm like, so this is dirty money then, right? But you had a preset stop loss, so can't complain about that, right? Good job, Deep. Very, very nice. Taking advantage. SPY, me 40% poots. Gain locked in. Just another Starbucks morning for me, too, on the road. Good stuff, Sandollar. Please stay safe on the road. It's not about you. It's the other dumb drivers all over the road. Be safe. All right, guys, I am going to go start some one-on-ones. So I'll be busy for a good chunk of the day. Till the end of the day, you'll probably see me around, like, saying polls and, review and stuff. But, guys, seriously, today, you need to have your... Yeah, I would honestly not clean up your charts yet. I would just kind of, like, leave it how it is now. And then going into tomorrow, you can just go enjoy Thanksgiving. And then maybe Thursday night or Friday morning, go back to your charts, clean them up from today's session. And then you can be here for Friday, which we're not streaming Friday, but we will be around and going over things in the Discord channels, just kind of posting, everybody kind of playing along for anybody who is going to be there for the small Friday session. And then next week, we'll get back on track, and I'll have my stream schedule for next week posted. I'm going to try to work in to see if I can get some special guests next week. If not, though, we'll just keep it usual, but whatever. But guys, thank you guys again for an amazing week of streams. I know it was only 3 streams, but we've been streaming every single day. I've been trying my best to stream every single day. I've been trying to work in more full day streams, and we have been. We've been adding a lot more streams, a lot more full day streams. So I really do hope you guys are paying attention, going back, paying attention to some of the lessons, because I'll get questions about time frames. I'll get questions about volume. I'll get questions about candlestick patterns, levels, supply and demand. And these are things I go over every single day. These aren't things that I go over just once and then I expect everybody to understand it. These are things I go over every single day, not just for other people, but for myself, because I have to continuously go through it so I can maintain, so I can continuously remember, oh, hey, this is how I trade right. This is trading wrong. I need to have a right and wrong in my head with my own system so I know when I'm doing things right and then doing things wrong. I need to know when I'm doing things the correct way or when I'm being dirty and I'm trying to chase or be greedy or make things up. You need to have these reviews with yourself. But guys, seriously, thank you again for an amazing week of streams. I will not be streaming Friday. We'll just be in the Discord. And yeah, seriously, thank you everybody. Thank you for the likes, the donations, the memberships everybody's been gifting. I gifted a couple. Dafty gave some. We had a bunch of members give some over the past couple weeks. Take advantage of the content. We have 83 videos in that private section for you guys. Go through them. I don't just make videos that are made for random shit. I don't make videos that are just to kind of fill in the void of like, oh, I didn't post this week. No, I don't care about that. If I don't want to post this week, I'm not posting this week. But every time I post, it's something that is meaningful. It's something that's going to help the system, help you understand, or maybe just a different reiteration of something, right? So go through that stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for everything. Have a great Thanksgiving. Seriously, I hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you get to relax. I hope you get to rest a little bit more, spend some time with the family, eat some good food, have a good time, relax, take your minds off of everything, and then have a refreshed mindset when we reapproach the markets again. But seriously, guys, enjoy yourself. Do not stress. Do not try to work super hard tomorrow. Don't try to do anything crazy. Just try to relax. Be refreshed. But guys, thank you again. Love you all. It's really hard for me to click end stream, but I'll see you all.